Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. Apologies for the time change. Serious, what's going on, baby? First things first, you already know. Hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Saturday. Hopefully everybody is having a smooth weekend, whether you with the family, friends, or whatever. Um, for those in the cold spots, make sure y'all bundled up and trying to keep yourselves as healthy as possible. Those in the city, same thing. Certain spots kind of cold right now, but main thing is keeping your health intact. Appreciate everybody who tuned in last night for the conversation. Definitely was a good one. Shout outs to Hammer Nation for popping in on the live stream. And also, shout outs to everybody that popped in yesterday afternoon for the conversation. Shout outs to Harry and the Word and world famous Charlie for popping in. Both good lives. Catch the replay. Um, Mostly just wanted to chime in today with y'all on a few different things that, like I said, still is kind of getting a little. It is getting a little sickening. Um, Again, I know some people be having their own little beefs, so on and so forth, but should never get to a point where you dragging or even somebody kids in the mix. Again, that's the number one thing that should never be done. Throwing people kids out there. Miss T, what's going on, baby? You know, it's always just the most despicable thing to do anyway. At least in my opinion. Again, if I got an issue with you, I got the issue with you, not your kids. You know, definitely not your nieces, nephews, whoever. BMF, what's going on, my guy? And this is stuff you see all the time. Getting on here, you just see that outside now. Like, shoot. There's some people that have choice words for each other, but then they'll throw other people in the mix of things. But nonetheless, once you cross a certain line, there is no coming back from that. So I've always felt, again, kids are supposed to be protected at all costs, even to the point of not throwing them in the midst of shit. I said that before. Stop throwing them in the midst of things. I also want to speak on something. It might be a little disturbing to some, but nonetheless, it is an awareness, and this should be, again, for men and women. Oh yeah, I forgot my mouth. My disrespectful ass mouth. I'm going to break it down. Not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna break that down to you. Now, I hear you, BMF. Hood, what's going on, my guy? Didi, what's going on, you shadow hugger? Baby. I'm gonna say this to the ladies first. I gotta break this down the real way. Without snapping or just going off the rails, because again, it's things that should just never be done. And again, kids are supposed to be protected. Now, there's no way, and I mean in any way, shape, or form, should you end up incorporating or putting somebody in your life that you know for a fact has done you wrong in a devious manner, basically. Um, and we talking about them sexual deviants too. Um, There's no way you should be putting somebody into your life if they actually committed a sexual crime against you, a physical sexual crime against you, and you still move them into the house to the point of where the kids end up going through some madness. In the long run, you are just as guilty as that man you placed in your life. I know I can't say the R word on here, hence why I said what I said. There's no way you can tell me that you felt comfortable. Yeah, you should have got jail time, even though you was the victim. You should have got jail time because again, you threw your kids out there. Got some men doing that too, but then again, there's no reason why you tossing your kids to the wolves for just, you know, either momentary gain or you just trying to not be alone. Again, you are supposed to pick out the right people. Again, I meant to bring that up the other night. This is why, some of these kids are coming up in the world with hurt and pain, and this is why some of them are actually lashing out the way they lash out. There are actual victims where there's people who are not victims that will lie and say they are. Now, the one thing I could say too is, again, you got more than 3, 4 kids, and you happen to place somebody in your life like that, you was just as evil and foul because you never know what the situation could be. If he did it to you, 9 out of 10, he might have tried to do it to the kids if he hadn't already did it. So again, you have to be mindful of what and who you place in your circle, in your circumference, who you plan to build with. The problem with some of y'all again is like you too hard up to just say, you know what, I'm cool. I'll find something or it'll place something will be placed in my path. And this is where you get miscalculated steps on that end. Again, some of you ladies should have enough decency to say, nah, I can't just put anybody around my kid, even if I feel I gotta build and do whatever on my own. Yeah, you're gonna always have an attachment to that person you have a child with, but in the same token, um, if it ain't where it's supposed to be at, and you already both mutually agree to move forward with your lives, hey, gonna have to put somebody around you, but put the right person around you. Or if it's a situation where either the baby father or the baby fathers are nowhere in existence, then yeah, you're gonna have to move on. And I would say the same thing for fellas. Be mindful again of the women that you put in your circle too, because you don't know who's who. Same way they try to say there's wicked men out there. Yeah, there's wicked women as well too. Abuse should never be accepted on any level again, and it shouldn't be. The truth, what's going on, my guy? Verbal abuse, definitely not one of them. Physical abuse, not one of them. I would also say spiritual abuse because sometimes you might break somebody's spirit. And you got some broken spirited people. And it might not be no returning back to some normalcy. And for those who might return back, it's going to be a long, critical process because it's things that you was used to, that you're accustomed to. You already probably gonna have the notion that no matter where you go, there's gonna be somebody along the lines that's just out for something or out to do something to you, but not always the case. Hammer, what's going on, baby? Kev, what's going on, my guy? Paraga, what's going on, baby? Those broken spirited people, at least the ones that understand that not everything in life is that way, they tend to get through the process. You know, again, it's mostly just about having the right type of people around you on any level. Problem is, some people don't give themselves time to properly heal the right way. And this is where you get some of these situations that we see right now. Like, you place somebody in your life that already committed a sexual attack against you and could have possibly done or probably already did damage to the family. So essentially, you were just as guilty as that person because you didn't give yourself the right time and the right know how to say, all right, I don't like this situation. I'm not putting myself in this situation. Even if it wasn't on that type of time, you gotta be mindful. If you didn't get someone that did that type of crime to you, you might have somebody that's beating up on you. If it's not that, you might have somebody that's consistently cheating on you. So on and so forth. There's different damages. There's different damaged people in the world. But when it's to a point of a broken spirit, or even almost, just something that didn't sit right in the soul, nah. You gotta have the right know how to rise those people up. Because there's certain things that are not gonna be the end of the world. And it really is about a natural healing process. It really is. You want the right people around you when you are going through any little stage in life. And even when the stages are confusing, you still gotta understand this. You're gonna always still have the right people around that's gonna still try to uplift you the best way possible. And they're gonna stay true to their word, they're gonna stay true to the things that they say and do. A lot of times you'll see by just the actions alone. Sometimes it could be the encouraging words, sometimes it could just be the tone of somebody's voice that'll tell you things are gonna be all right. And that's the mindset that a lot of people should have on any level. I think in that notion, we would probably get a lot less of those stories of kids who are being abused or kids who are being attacked on all levels, especially by either quote unquote parents, step parents, whoever, guardians, whoever. Get tired of hearing those stories because a lot of those situations, these people are broken and they just decided instead of being alone and healing, I need somebody to help me take care of this, or I need somebody to just step in and do this. That's not always going to be the case you get. Anita, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. I'm gonna drop the link in a little bit in case anybody want to chime in. Um, Again, I would say, ladies, be mindful. Whether you have kids already or not, be mindful of some of these people you are vetting. And I would say the same thing for fellas. I feel bad for the multiple dudes who thought they had a good standing on life, thought they had a good communication, and they lost people too. Tamika, what's going on, baby? Yeah, a lot of good brothers out there who lost kids even as of recently because they didn't know that the women they was laying down having kids with either had some sort of mental disorder or they had some mental psychosis or they were suffering in silence and they didn't say nothing. P. Moses, what's going on, my guy? So again, when it comes to any type of dating or anything along those lines, just keep it real with yourself and keep it real enough to know yourself. Again, it is supposed to be protection at all costs. And when kids are involved, yeah, they are supposed to be the most protected. Next to the elders in the community, those kids are supposed to be the most protected priority and the most protected commodity because, again, they are going to be leading in ways and in many different ways, especially in the future to come. And then they offspring and they generations are going to do the same thing. That is the generational mindset to be in, really. Riders, what's going on, baby? But that is the mindset to be in, though. Gotta understand that they are the future, regardless to what and how you may feel. And we need to try to at least protect them enough to where they could build and grow and come into something prosperous. And I honestly feel some people just need to stop being irresponsible. And I mean, just on the level of just doing things that they know for a fact they might regret. Yeah, some people right now kicking themselves. Damn, I wish I shouldn't have got this one. I shouldn't have. But when you thinking just about the lust factor, not the trust factor, this is where it becomes a problem. Again, another cycle of probably broken homes. Letitia, what's going on, baby? That part is true, Miss T. But in other aspects too, even during the healing process, you can't always be alone. And I'm not saying it on a relationship standpoint, you just can't be alone. Because then there'll be even more poisonous thoughts or just ill thoughts coming in your head that you don't want. See, I could use me for prime example. When my mom's passed, even though I know everybody still loved and cared for me, I was feeling alone, regardless. Nobody knew that. And if they did know it, they know it now. I felt like I was alone in that process, regardless of what. Because what do you say about the person that gave you birth no longer being here? Speaks in volumes. But yet and still, I had to waken back up to the process that the same people that loved and cared for me, regardless, still do, even to this day. So a lot of times you're gonna have to realize the main people who really got you, they gonna uplift you in more than one ways, even when you in confusion. Even to the point where the support system that I knew I had, the woman that was in my life, she even knew it was different. Everybody knew it was different, felt different. But I had to open up, not just my mind, but I had to open back up my heart again. And I had to realize the main people that definitely love and care for me was definitely not going to let me go crashing out. And I could say that without that, you wouldn't be here talking to you now. Marlene, what's going on, baby? Maurice, what's going on, baby? See, on that note of a healing process, right? You can't be alone. If I would have chose the road to still be alone, I wouldn't be here talking to y'all now. 'Cause that's how deep I took it. Person I was literally having combos with and just close with, no longer here. I felt that on all levels. The healing process is what it is. But in the same token, hey, you always place the right things around you to bring you back to that spirit and that high hope that you had before. You know. See again, I was good on all angles. I had friends and family that loved me and felt where I was going. I had a lady that felt where I was going. And yet and still, hey, I had a way of just throwing everything in the back of my mind. Forget bouncing off me. I just threw that in a box. Because at that point I was already out of the circumference. Appreciate you, Maurice. Yeah, but just it's a process. It never gets easier, but it becomes less stressful. Stress is always going to put a dampen on everything with you. You stressing out over things that you can't control, and you stressing out over things that you can't take control of right now. But nonetheless, you have to open up your eyes, your mind, and you got to open up your heart. Those critical things are definitely going to help you rebuild and regain not just your spirit, but your soul back. Like I said, I felt like my soul died. Still do to this day. Even with the tone of my voice, you can hear it. You had somebody that was that inspirational to build in a part of you. Hey, it's going to hit different. Nonetheless, it does get better again. Gets better with time. Gets better with the right people around you. Just the determination on changing something. And I would say too, on any level of healing, just make sure you got that proper people, proper mindset, and a strong goal and aspiration to just never go deep into that. Once you fall into that pit of depression, and it's a deep pit, you might not be able to get up out of it. You see, some people were lucky to, some people wasn't. I'm good, Marlene. I'm good. Just chiming in with the people on a few things. Um, Again, this is why we get some of the stories we get now. Some people have placed the wrong people in their lives, whether it's to try to be a step parent to kids or whatever, whatever. But in the same token, you are taking a dangerous risk if you're not really taking the time out to know somebody inside and out. But again, just yeah, you gotta love yourself. And I think that's where I kind of messed up at least in that stage. I didn't love myself no more. The main person that I know for a fact loved me unconditionally, regardless to what or how I was growing. They never judged me. They never said nothing. The most they ever did was still try to encourage me to live my life. So that token, you know, spoken value. But again, just always remember that self love, the reflection, the growth, it builds more character, it builds more strength in you, and it builds better opportunities because now what you thought was holding you back is not holding you back. And I think it's only weird at my stage because I'm where I was before she passed, and I'm where I'm at before my father passed, and I'm where I'm at before my grandmother passed. So the only thing that is ever confusing, has always ever been confusing in life is the why does it have to hurt so deep? Part of everything, but you do get to that point where it's like this is life. Can't control certain shit. Definitely can't. So in the same token, just got to make sure you properly in the right state and with the right people. A lot of times, those people are going to help you get your mind off of everything, especially if you feel everything is overwhelming. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Big dog, what's going on, my guy? I hear you, Maurice. Oh snap! Everybody was at work today. Well, whoever wasn't at work today, hopefully y'all chilling today. Nexie, what's going on, baby? And I think that is something that the people should realize too. You know, everybody is going to mourn and heal in different processes. Some people will be for your process, some people won't. And you're going to have those, regardless to what, they're going to always help you through your process. And they're going to always be genuine with you. And those are the ones that you really, you hold close and dear to you. Again, yes, you might have to heal in certain situations separately. You might have to be on your own for a little bit. But in other standpoint, you need the right friends and the right inspirations around you. You just went through a bad breakup. All right, be around the right friends, family, be around the good people that are bringing you good spirits. Even if it is some new people bringing you some good spirits, and they are actually for you and actually rocking with you. Hey, keep them next to you too. I know some of y'all new in here, so like I said, y'all already know. Y'all always show love to each other. Some good people in here, content creators and supporters. The one thing to remember though is just having a deep connection regardless. Got to be connected to some degree. You got to connect with the right people. You got to make sure that those people definitely have your best interest at heart. See, real people are definitely going to tell you what it is you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And if they tell you both, it's probably going to still sound the same way. It's mostly I'm telling you what you need to hear. You might want to hear that, certain things are going to be your peaches and cream, just leave it be. But that might not be the case in certain instances. Again, you're going to have to dig deep. And a lot of times you might have to eliminate certain things too, because again, real people that know what you're going through, know what you've been through, they will never judge you or they will never put you in a situation where you feel you gotta question or judge anything. I hear you, Miss T. See, it was almost the same way with me to a degree, but mine's it was different. I almost completely checked out. Still being a Rockfoot family and almost completely checked out of my mind. Because my mindset was, well, gotta be the breadwinner, gotta do this, gotta do this. And, it's rough as it seemed, but again, if I wouldn't have opened up what I needed to open up, wouldn't be here having these convos and building the opportunities that I've been building and will continue to build. So speaks in volume. But in most instances, you're going to have self love because, again, if you don't love yourself, who is going to love you? Yeah, many different situations where somebody's going through a healing process. For those who might be suffering from illnesses, a lot of y'all going through a healing process because you are trying to heal your soul and your spirit and trying to, keep yourself with that notion of hope and change, which is a good thing. You know, again, realist people are going to definitely be by your side no matter what you're going through. And in critical times and situations, the real ones will definitely show who they are and will definitely show that they care about you enough. So again, in that token, always keep your eyes open. And I want to say condolences, healing prayers to anybody who might need it right now. Anybody that lost family members recently, throughout the whole year, those who might not, still going to give them healing prayers regardless. A lot of times you really just got to sit back and reflect and meditate. And it's really because it's needed. You can't be good to the people or be good to anybody around you if you're not good within yourself. And that is a general fact right there. You can't really produce or do anything you really want to if you're not in the right mind space to do it. Because again, you need to think clearly. You need to visualize and see things. Because if you don't, certain things will go right up under your eyes. So again, in certain standpoints, yeah, you're gonna have to have a clear mind. You're gonna have to. The best way to keep a clear mind again bringing some laughter into your life. Being spontaneous, getting outside of your element sometimes. Hey, just trying new things. You'll notice that things will start becoming a little bit more clearer. The cloudy days are probably going to start getting more sunnier, and you'll have the right people around to thank for that. I think that's really about the most important critical tool of healing. Whether you gotta heal separately or you heal amongst the people. There are certain situations where you have to heal separately. You do. They're for good reason again. Because again, somebody can't tell you what to think and you can't tell somebody what to think. But in the same token, that good enough, you pretty much understand what's going on. And you'll be able to cope with it better. You know? Healing process could be a long one, it could be a short one, it could be in between. Some people are still healing to this day because there are things that definitely change the outcome of who they are. But these healing processes are necessary. Juice, what's going on, baby? Not gonna lie to you. Once you really comprehend and understand that that man upstairs does place people in your life on any level, regardless to what, it's a joy to know that. This is what I'm saying. You have people who have gone through it, still going through it. I'm not gonna lie, I have my days. See, if you want to be technical, I never healed the right way. Because again, once that inspiration that created me was no longer here, I had to get used to the fact of not coming and saying, "Hey, moms, what's going on? Let me go hug you. Let me go kiss you in the cheeks." And hey, oh, listen, how's everything going? Yeah, like those conversations. Even now, that what's going on in life, that feels different when the person that gave you birth is not here. It's the same way, like I said, regardless to my situation as far as my father was concerned. Still, nonetheless, I got to respect that. Honor thy mother and thy father, because regardless to what, I wouldn't be here. Despite whatever, I wouldn't have been here regardless. Certain instances, you would want to ask your pop certain things, but again, hey, you can't even do that either. Word, what's going on, my guy? See, some people feel like you don't have to be that far out there as far as bringing out certain things. I could bring that out. I could bring that out about this situation because again, people that created this person right here no longer having the conversations and the physical aspect that they would have. So again, even though it's a healing process, still a process nonetheless. Nicole, what's going on, baby? Who else popped up in here? Somebody else has popped up. Sparky, what's going on, baby? Yeah, I'm good, Spark. I know that I'm good. Just having to talk with the people. An open, honest talk anyway. I try to be as open as I can be. See, it's things that I'm always going to bring here that I can reveal here because it doesn't matter. Because there ain't nothing that I ain't say or ain't tell nobody else. Or there ain't nobody else don't know. So, in a conversation of healing, you know, hey, I'm going to do that. And again, I want to give prayers and condolences to everybody that might have lost one parent, both parents, or might not ever have known their parents. Because again, that's the worst thing in the world to feel. Because regardless to what, once both of them are gone, you feel alone. I don't care how much friends, family, whatever, you still feel alone. You feel like those main people you had solace in no longer here. So what do you really say to them? How do you have a conversation with them? Besides sitting back and actually talking through prayer. So again, the same token, gotta start coming to the realization that regardless to what, they are still here in spirit, yes, but gotta come to that term too that not gonna be able to say, yeah, let me go, oh damn, this person ain't here. Let me call this person. Yeah, can't do that neither. You gotta get used to that. Trust me, I took some hit and losses in my life. Some of those hits and losses, it punctured me. But it didn't puncture me in a sense of I could have went up the deep end. Just gave me a clearer understanding that at that point, those things wasn't meant to be. And I accepted that. So again, in that aspect, you know, healing will begin and continue to be your great aspect. The wounds that you take in life, you heal from them. Even if it's a slow process, you heal nonetheless. But don't kill you, make you only stronger, and it only makes you wiser and just more deeper. And I guess the main thing today is just no matter what you do, no matter what healing process you might be going through in your life, as long as you have the right people and the right energy around you, you can defeat anything that you was feeling. You can defeat anything that might have been a threat to you. You can even defeat that notion of giving up on hope and everything else and letting yourself fall. You know? Yeah, in certain instances, a pain is always going to stay with you because it's giving you a reality, or it's just giving you a perception of a reality that you either once lived or something that you feel might always be, but it's not going to be that way. Prime example: if you was in an abusive relationship, don't think that the next person you get with is going to be abusive to you, or don't think that the next person is probably going to, you know, misuse you or mistreat you in any way, shape, or form. Because that should never be the thought in your mind anyway. Like I said, when you take the time and you heal properly, you'll know exactly what you want, need, and you know how to move and go from there. Sometimes you're gonna have to get out of your circumference, especially during the healing process. Like I said, you might have got in a bad relationship. That don't mean you should just be moping around. Yes, you take the time, you take a little time to be to yourself and just think and reflect. Then from there, you just got to start moving and change forward again. Because one thing in life should never stop you from being greater or just moving forward with your life. You're gonna definitely have some people out there that you want to have fun with. They're gonna always keep you uplifted, and regardless to what, they're not gonna treat you any differently. I'm one of those people that no matter what you going through, I could be here for a healing process. I could be here for anything that you might need me for. I would expect the same thing. But see, again, it is about having complete trust in the right people. You can confide certain things into people, but you only put that much out to see exactly how much you want to get back. And seeing with me, I'm going to always be an open book. So whatever I bring here ain't nothing that I ain't bring outside of this app or just ain't nobody don't know already. I believe any talk that you have, even amongst that, is a conversation of healing. And some people might have already been healing, and sometimes might get the right peoples around you that are going to make the process even better. The most important thing, though, again, you have to heal. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you try to overcome it or go around it, at some point, you're going to run right into it. You have to heal. Keeping your spirit in tune, keeping your soul in tune, definitely. You're going to have to see things for what it is. See, I look at life from both aspects. I look at the analyticals, but I also just do the general eye test. And see, with me, either process I use, or even if I use both, I seem to always come around and be around the right type of people and the ones that are actually for me. Because I know everybody not going to be for you. In the same token, never really thought about a lot of different things that people would be thinking about and stressing out about. Probably because I already had my own different stresses that I was dealing with that was way worse than that. So, the same token, that healing process and that determination to just want to move forward propelled me to the right things, even as of now. Again, I've met some great people on this app. Some of the people that be in here, I know personally, see them every day, every morning. Some of y'all heard that. Basically, got people all around the board that they believe that this is more than just talks. These are healing processes. These are things that people will refuse to talk about, sit around for, whatever, because it's not their thing. I can understand that. And in the same token, hey, that don't stop or push me away from anything that needs to be pushed away from. I'm still gonna talk about something that at some point you're gonna have to sit down and really think about. People will tell you they love me but hate me. They love me because I'm me. I'm generally gonna continuously tell you what it is and how it is. But I'm gonna also make you think too. I got those right now that I know be ghost watching. These people I know for a fact always hit me on the back end, or they always end up catching the replay, even if they don't leave a comment, because these is personal friends and family that rock with me. They don't gotta be here to rock with me to know that this is what it is. You know, I'm all for the different talks, and sometimes it's definitely gonna trigger some people. And that's not my intention. For those who think I'm trying to trigger or just even trying to impose a bully, that's not the case right there. My whole general gist since day one, since I've been doing anything, is just bringing that awareness where it's needed, bringing a healthy conversation, speaking on something that we need to be speaking on, whether it's social or political. There are things that, hey, we ain't gonna be able to escape. Not gonna be able to run around those problems. And at some point, some of those problems are gonna affect every last one of us. Don't care who you are. So why not start getting on board as far as just bringing a real talk and a strong one? Something that will lead to somewhere where at least some of the things in society that we keep crying and complaining about will at least be suppressed. Because again, there should be no men abusing children, and there should be no women abusing children. Should be no abuse of elders, mistreatments, or anything along the kinds of people who are just doing what they do, living their life. Sorry, but in my opinion, the world needs a healing process, and I'm here for that. Even if it's just a small portion of something that leads to something greater, glad that I could be a part of that. No doubt I need a baby. See, there's gonna be people that don't like what you say, not gonna like who you are, not gonna like how the way you move or build. That's their problem. See, when it's usually stuff like that, that's a your problem and not my problem. Because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna remain who I am, the same person. You don't have to build with me, you don't have to be around me. Hey, I could care less. Like I said, there's just some things I honestly don't take into consideration and don't care about. The reason why I don't is because then I would allow a certain seed to get into my head that I don't need in it. So I'm going to keep my head as clear as possible on this mission. And again, I want to have people that are going to come here and definitely stay and build. I want to have those who choose to do whatever. I'm going to be open and honest about who I am. I'm going to be open and honest about how I feel. In the same way I would be respecting you, hey, you got to respect it back. Again, everybody in life is going through a different healing process. Spiritual healing, got to have the right spirits and the right energy around you. Because again, when it's all said and done, guess what? It essentially does lie up to you. If you want to heal and heal in the best way, and make sure that's the right way for you to heal. Don't let nobody choose or pick for you how to heal, because nobody can do that. If you feel you need to take time on certain things, then you take that time. Because again, it is essentially your decision on how you're moving, where you're moving from there. And I say that on both angles again. It's not just the women, it's the men too. A lot of y'all don't give yourselves time to heal, and some of y'all put your all into something. And if things didn't go right, hey, depending on how long and whatever, you're gonna have to heal. It's basically just picking and choosing the best options, you know, for your future movement. Quite sure if you had somebody that was cheating on you, you're not gonna want to be with a cheater. And you're not gonna want to think that everybody that you get with is a cheater too. So that's why I said the healing process is what it is. Certain instances, you're gonna have to heal on your own. You have to heal yourself. The people around you can help you heal, but as far as your spirit, your everything else, you have to do that. So that's where the separation lies at. Yeah, you're gonna be healing yourself, but in the same token, you're gonna be healing so you can be good around your people. And the people are gonna be building and helping you too, because again, if they really love and respect you, they're gonna do that for you. So I believe that every talk that we have, no matter what or how things are broken down, it is a process for some people. It's a healing one. It's an inspirational one. Nonetheless, it's just what's needed right now. A nice little balance. Conversation outside of arguments and who said what and who effed who. And so, this is just a different build over here. And again, you're going to have some people who respect it. I have some people who don't. See, the one thing I can always do is be cordial. That part I never had a problem with. But if I feel I don't need to be cordial with you on any level, I just won't. Sorry. Just wired that way. And again, because you will plant a deep seed of stress in my mind that I don't need. I dealt with enough stress, still deal with enough stress from the day in and day out. So never want to allow certain things to kick me out of my element or stop me from where I'm going. Mayhem, what's going on, baby? Nene, what's going on, baby? Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Listen, we got a lot of hurt men and women out there. A lot of broken spirited men and women out there. Some have been through a process that nobody should have to go through or shouldn't have to imagine going through. Some people are going through the specific common things that just bring us the slight bit of stress. But again, stress nonetheless it'll mess up your process of thinking. This is the thing. And it's on both angles, Miss T. I get where you're going with that, but it's on both angles too. Because again, you have some women who thought that they had something with somebody and they didn't have their best interest at heart. And they didn't read the signs neither. See, that's the thing. When you are in any type of relationship, no matter what, you just gotta read the signs. You gotta peep the eye test. And you gotta look at it too. There are some people who are gonna come around people that might be broken. They might not be fully broken at all. They probably are just trying to leech onto something that's, good for them and that they definitely need. And that's nothing wrong with that. You just got to put yourself again and leech on to the right people who are going to help you build and uplift again. Because again, once you done healed up within yourself, you got to be around the people. But it's always good again to just remember that no matter what's going on during your healing process, never forget, you know, the right things at the end of the day will always be there when the smoke clears and everything else is gone. You gotta know who actually meant well and didn't mean well. A lot of people have come and gone, but the main ones will always stay. And see, probably gonna be one of the main ones that say this. Gonna always stay. I'm gonna stay because I feel I know what my thing is now. There's some people who walk through life and feel like they feel like they don't have something that they should be satisfied with. Some people really don't know their damn purpose. Go through life and still don't fully know a purpose. But I believe at some point you will find your purpose. And you necessarily don't always got to just be looking for it or wondering what it is. Riaz, what's going on, my guy? I definitely appreciate you again for dropping all those links. Serious, baby. Out here working hard, baby. But nonetheless, never forget that healing process will lead you to greater things. It'll give you a blueprint and give you a clearer understanding and hope. And not everything in life is always going to be stressful. Not everything in life is always going to be a letdown, or that everything in life is not always going to be something that you had previously. That's why I say you can't go into certain things bringing baggage. And the one thing that messes a lot of people up again is bringing baggage into new situations that they don't need to bring. That's just like you meet a new group of friends and everything is cool. Don't think they might be like the last group of people you was chilling with that might have done you wrong. No, no, no. Again, it's the eye test. Forget the analytical. Sometimes you just look at the eye test for what it is. Got genuine people around you, you always keep them around you, no matter what. Ones you feel ain't really for you, hey, you know what to do. Mostly just wanted to come on here too because the apologies for skipping the morning cipher. I slept past my quote unquote morning bedtime. Y'all know I barely sleep, but the boy came in here and KO. When I looked at the time, I realized that it was gonna be a late one, but I mostly want to come and chime in. Um Also, the reason why I keep putting the healing process into the play is because again, from what I said earlier, I believe that woman about the story I brought up wasn't healed all the way properly. And she couldn't have been. Because the same person that just did you wrong, you basically married them and put them into the situation where you could have messed up your whole family. Again, you gotta be careful with who you're putting in your life, whether you have kids or not. Again, because you don't know if that person could be a deviant. You don't know if they could be a predator. You definitely don't know if they could be a murderer or they could just be butt bone crazy. And again, your safety should always be the number one thing, regardless to what. So if you know you got the right people around you that's going to not just keep you afloat but keep you safe, hey, keep those people around you because it's needed. In the world today, you never know what's going on. But again, that person didn't have a healing process because for you to put somebody around you that just did that to you, you did that mostly because, again, raising 5 kids by yourself is going to be hard. But hence why I said healing is always going to be the thing. Heal the right way. Some people are bringing kids into the world because they feel this is what's going to keep their mate or whatever, at bay. And some people out there bringing kids into the world because they being irresponsible. But you got those who are actually bringing kids into the world and still standing strong as far as whether they stay together or not, they know how to co-parent and they know how to keep a balance. And again, I feel that way sometimes is even better than not protecting them kids at all. So again, ladies, be careful of the men you put in your life. Fellas, same thing. I think I basically covered at least a portion of what I was speaking about last night about protection at all costs. Again, a kid should never have to worry about not being safe at home when they already know they got enough to worry about in the world ahead. You know, I don't know. I could bring a conversation tonight. We'll see. Um, Usually when I got something on my mind, I'm just going to get it out there. And it doesn't matter how long I'm on it. I'm going to bring a message regardless when I have something to say. So this ain't fixed. This ain't no BS. This is real content. This is real talk and conversation. Things that people are not having right now. And the ones that were having them, I wish they would get back to that. And again, I would advise some of you men and women out there to stop dragging kids into the mix of things. Just stop it. You know, again, if I got words with you, then I got words with you. That's it. I don't got words with your kids or anybody else. Like I said, that's the lowest form and that's the worst way to not look back and not come back from that. Because you got some people, again, who would rather die for their kids. So the minute you decide you want to be a part of any type of whatever, that's going to be on you. You opened yourself up to something that you shouldn't have opened yourself up for. Again, some of y'all just think before you do. And if you feel you want to make a certain move because you feel it's the best move, then hey, you stand on it. But I don't think that's the best move with attacking kids and even to the point of just harassing them. Some of y'all gonna have to get together for real. And, I'm gonna leave it at that before I go left. But for those who ain't following me on Twitch, please make sure that you do. Make sure you download that app. And for those who've been in here or those who already, y'all already know I'm gonna probably be doing something around 8 o'clock, give or take. You know, come get something. Damn, don't like that. The hell, man? I'm vote. Knocking on my door about some damn voting. Better make sure y'all voting for somebody right. My bad, yeah. But for those who are following me on Twitch already, you already know I'll be back around 8 o'clock. And if not, I'll put it on the community wall for those. Like I said, you know, want to have a good time, we gonna definitely go over there tonight, definitely. So just mostly just to talk for the people today. Nice little decent talk about not just the healing process, but just life in general. And again, for those parents or those people that are in these situations, think before you do. But let me get up out of here. Um, Definitely, it was always a blessing to come talk with y'all. And again, shout outs to everybody that's been part of this eulogy family and been part of this build and growth. Like I said, we still gonna keep building. We still gonna keep growing. For those who might be new here, might even be coming here, never gonna move far from the facts that again, we gonna have talks that are needed, and it's gonna be good because it's gonna bring a healing process one way or another. You want to change the things in the world, got to be a part of that healing process as well. We all are broken one way or another, but we got to get ourselves in the best light. So, and I'll definitely see y'all. Let me get myself up out of here. I also got to get myself ready to cook this dinner, baby. Might be a food short coming before that time, so let me get up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. What I'm gonna do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real builds. I'll definitely see y'all around 8 for those who already gonna be tuned in. Like I said, if you haven't tuned in to the channel, definitely do. You want your commercial free, you're gonna get it from me. um, Nonetheless, still a blessing. Y'all enjoy yourselves. I think there's a fight tonight too, but I think there's a fight tonight too. So I know some of y'all gonna be keeping me posted. And I know I smell a shadow, baby. Word. Gotta keep me posted on that fight. But nah, y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.